Hello, good afternoon. Yes, I can hear you. Nice to meet you. Okay. My name, we can't hear you, Flor. Maybe you need to connect the audio from the computer or to the headsets.
Now I'm not sure if you hear me. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry for missed the issue with my headphone.
That's okay. Perfect, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. So it's a pleasure to meet you too. My name is Roxana Ramirez. I am a coach from Richmond, and I will be providing you the topic of ludico activities, ludic activities, right? Fun activities so students are motivated, interested, and want to interact. I also see Wendy is entering. Let's give her a moment to enter. Okay, great. Welcome.
While she's signing, I'm going to introduce myself. And I'm Miss Flor Chinico. I'm working now in Cerritos Asunción, Patsitzia. I'm working with teenagers, pending 13 to 15 years old with junior high school.
Great. Teens, preteens.
Yeah.
Welcome, Miss Wendy. How are you?
Hello, Lick. I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, I'm glad to have you all here. We will be having a workshop regarding fun activities to attract our students' attention, right? I'm glad that you have presented a little bit about yourselves. Miss Wendy, do you want to tell us anything about yourself or what you do or who you work with?
Excuse me, I can't hear you. I can't listen you.
I hear you a little far away. I don't know if our other colleagues hear you a little far away.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead, Miss Wendy. Can you try again, please? Okay. Well, while Miss Wendy checks it out, checks out her microphone, we're going to start with an activity to interact and to get to know us a little more, like you were introducing each other, like an icebreaker, right? Always the first time we're with a group or with our students, it's nice to make an icebreaker. So we're going to play an activity called Two Truths and a Lie. I'm going to tell you three things about myself. Two are going to be true, and one is going to be false. Okay? Since we don't know each other, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So give it a try. Okay? Two, two ideas about me are going to be true, and one is going to be false. You have to guess which one is the false. Okay. Okay. I have been in the education area for more than 20 years. I have three children and I love to teach speaking. What do you think is false?
Maybe I think that you have to kiss. Maybe I'm not sure.
Thank you. Thank you for participating. What do you think? Our other colleagues here, Alan and Wendy. What do you think is false?
I think that's the answer.
Thank you for the compliment. Miss Wendy, how about you? What do you think is false that I said was false?
Mm, I, I'm, I'm 25 years old. And
I'm sorry, Miss Wendy, I still hear you far, far away. If not, you can write it down. It's okay. Don't worry. You can write in the chat, okay? Okay. Very good. So what is false is bum, 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 bum. I have two children, not three. So Miss Flor, you were correct.
Ah, okay.
Okay, good, good. Okay, go ahead, Miss Flor. Tell us three things about yourself, two things that are false, and one that is true.
Okay. Let me tell you that I've been teaching, I've been taught during 17 years, 17 years, and I have two kids, and also I love cats. What do you think that could be the that is not true?
If I'm not mistaken, is the age of the students, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think, Teacher Allen and Teacher Wendy? The children. Miss Wendy, you can write it in the chat. It's okay. You can write it in the chat. Okay, Miss Flor, tell us, what is the false? Miss Flor, what is false?
Okay, the false is that I love cats. I hate cats, so I don't like them. That is the false.
Poor cats. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Flor. Mr. Allen, can you tell us two truths and a lie?
I think that
Yes, Miss Flor, what do you think is false?
you haven't two daughters.
I think it's
I think that it is false.
that's the false.
I think.
I think it's the reading. I'm not sure. Tell us, Teacher Allen. Yeah, give it a try, Miss Wendy. If you, we can listen, but you can write it in the chat. Your ideas. If not, if you want, you can exit and enter again. Maybe that is it. Could be. Okay. Do you have connected headphones, headsets? I see that you have a microphone, but it's very far away. Give it a try again, Miss Wendy. Can you give it a try again?
Can you listen me? No. Okay.
You're gonna have to yell.
No? No? Yes. Okay.
It's better.
Okay, okay. Um, I like to eat mushrooms. I can't swim. I love to read books.
Pause a moment, Miss Wendy.
Okay.
We're just going to finish with Teacher Allen and then we'll start with you, okay?
Okay.
From Teacher Allen's information, what do you think is false? From Teacher Allen's information.
Okay. I think that it's false when he said he doesn't like to read books. It's false.
Thank you, Miss Wendy. So what's the false, Teacher Allen? Tell us. Oh, sorry. Me? Can you hear me? Yes, I'm sorry. My mute was blocked a bit. Okay, so you love to read. Got it. Got it. Okay. Now, I see Teacher Harold. Teacher Harold Cover. Is he from the group? Yes. I see Teacher Harold. Welcome, Teacher Harold. How are you? If you want, you can turn on the video so we can see you. If it's possible. Okay. We are here with you. Welcome. Okay. Perfect. Welcome, boss. So I imagine you're just gonna be like observing. Great, great. Okay, no problem. Okay then. Okay, he's probably just listening. Got it. Thank you. Okay then. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen so we're able to see the topics of the workshop. Okay. Let me know when you're able to see. Oh, wait, Miss Wendy. Nah, Miss Wendy was gonna escape, right? Tell us now, Miss Wendy. Your two truths and a lie.
Okay.
As loud as possible so we can hear you, okay?
Okay. I like to read books. I like to listen music, and I can't swim. What is false?
I listen that you like to listen to music. What else? What else?
I like to read books, and I can't swim.
Okay, read books and she can swim. Okay, what is false? What do you think, Miss Flor and Teacher Allen?
Mm, maybe I think that. Give me 1 second, please.
I listen music.
Yeah, I think that is a listen to music, maybe. Sorry.
No,
How about the swimming? I think it's the swimming that is false.
it's correct. I can't swim.
Yes, I imagine, right? Because at the end she was dubious, right? I guess she says. Okay, perfect. Okay then. So it's always good to start our classes with a warm up, right? This is an icebreaker, but it's also a warm up. And you can review previous information or you can present new information, right? Whatever you consider is better for your students. Okay, let me know if you're able to see my screen, please. Yes, can you see my screen? Black screen. Okay. Give me a second then. Okay. Maybe it didn't load correct. Yes, can you see now? Yes, perfect. Yes, I think my internet's a bit slow. Okay then. Very good. Now, it's always good to make activities, to play with them, but at the same time, they need to be learning, right? Not just play to kill the time, like we say, right? But like we have to have a purpose for each activity. So here we have the 5 second rule, right? And here we can make competitions. We can uh, make them get in groups and pairs, different activities. Since we are virtual, we can do it individually, right? But in the real, in person, we can make groups and pairs and make it a little bit more interactive and communicative, right? Okay, so play, pause, and think. Ludic and metacognitive activities for powerful English learning, right? What do we want them to do? To learn English, to be interested, and to be motivated, right? I know we have few periods, or sometimes they forget the materials, right? So we do have to be like pushing them a lot with that, right? Remember, when are your classes? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What do you have to bring? Your book, your notebook, everything, right? Your dictionary, if it's possible. You always be prepared. So when you receive the class, you're able to do all the activities with us, right? Always motivate them. But the activities in class are also powerful, right? We can play with them. They can take their time and they can analyze to start participating. Okay, very good. So what's the mission for today, Teacher Allen? Can you read the mission for today? Okay, excellent. Thank you, Teacher Allen. So understand the difference between just playing, just watching a video, just doing an activity, listening to a song, versus that we have a purpose, right? So if we're going to teach the past, maybe a biography would be a video of a biography would be useful, right? But if we're gonna teach the past and we're just gonna watch a cartoon of superheroes and it's not connected to the topic, it's not gonna be useful, right? Then we have embed metacognition into playful experiences, right? We gotta give them time to prepare for activities, right? Um, Wendy, talk to me about your last vacation. When it's gonna be like, what? I don't remember. I don't know. I forgot. I didn't go on a vacation. Okay. So we have to start preparing them step by step, step by step. Okay. Where do you normally go on vacations in Guatemala? Tell me. Where do you normally go? Where do people normally go?
To the beach?
Yes, Escuintla, right? Normally. Where else?
It's with that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Where else? Where else? Chetulul, right? Irtra, Reu. Mhm. Another place where they usually go on vacation, people in Guatemala?
Tikal, maybe, Beting.
Mm-hmm. Atitlan, right? Okay. Where did you go
Atitlan.
on your last vacation? Tell me, Alan, where did you go on your last vacation? Okay. Eh, okay, to relax, right? Yes. Miss Wendy, where did you go on your last vacation?
In my last vacation, I went to Banhachen.
To Panajachel, great. And Miss Flor, where did you go on your last vacation?
I went to Panajachel too. I stayed there 3 days.
Wow.
I loved all the places around Solola. I love that place. But also, as Alan said, I prefer to stay at home.
Okay.
Try to relax because every day I have to work and commute every day. So I prefer to relax.
Yes, it's a lot of stress. I know teaching causes stress, but it's also good. Once in a while, go out, go to the nature. Even if we don't have much money, right? We can go to the forest or to the park near our house to get some fresh air, right? Okay. My last vacation, I went to Monterrico, yeah, with my family. And what activities did you do? Let's make a list. Yes. So you start preparing them, right? You start preparing the students. So when you say, talk about your last vacation, it's not a shock, right? Like the cats, right? They get stressed and nervous and right? And they don't want to, and they're like looking at each other in silence, right? So we got to be preparing them, right? Preparing them step by step so they are able to produce, right? To complete the activities. Okay. Experience and analyze classroom ready strategies, right? So we do have to prepare the class, check your books, your teacher's guide, look at the lesson plan, right? And have an idea what you're going to do in your class. Because improvising, we're good at improvising as teachers, but it's better to be ready, right? To know, okay, what is the topic for today? My last vacation. So what do they need to know? Verbs in past, right? So you need to do what is going to be my warm up, how am I going to present the content? How are they going to practice the content, right? When are they going to produce information? And adapt the learning to your own teaching context, right? So if most of them are lower level, right, then we have to speak slowly, right? We have to give lots of examples, right? We have to take them by the hand, step by step during the class, right? A little intermediate level, they understand instructions in English, right? They can compare, they can discuss a little bit. And more advanced students, they're going to be able to tell an anecdote, have a debate, right? Communicate more. So depending on the context of your classroom, that's how we're going to carry out. If it's a lower level classroom, I'm not going to speak like Speedy Gonzalez. Hello, how are you? My name is Roxana. What are you doing? Okay, take out your book. Go to page 5. We can't, right? Because they're going to get lost during the class and stress. I don't understand that teacher. I don't understand anything, right? So we have to adapt to our context, right? Okay, very good. So, Miss Flor, can you read the next screen?
Okay? Play is not the opposite of learning. It becomes powerful when students notice how they think, struggle, adjust, and improve.
Yes. So, like, having fun doesn't mean that, like, English doesn't have to be a synonym of translation, for example, right? Okay, students, open your book. Open your book. Okay, chicos, hay que abrir el cuaderno. So, if we're translating all the class, we're losing a little bit of time, right? So, it's important, like, to teach them basic instructions, right? Take out your book, take out your notebook, open your book, go to page 5, stand up, sit down, raise your hand, get in pairs, make groups, right? So it's very good that they understand the basic instructions. So we're able to start talking to them in English a bit more each time, right? Okay, so when we're gonna make an activity, we're not just gonna do an activity. Okay, we're going to play tic-tac-toe, and just because you paid attention, no. We can play tic-tac-toe, but we have to adapt it to the content of the class, right? So you can make on the board your tic-tac-toe. If we're talking about the past, you put the verbs in present, and they have to say the verb in past, right? So we're gonna play, but with a purpose. Yeah. No, okay, Totito, XO, XO, XO. And it doesn't have like a real purpose for the class, right? So we do have to adapt it again, but also for them to learn. Okay. So here, they don't even notice that they're learning, right? They just want to win. Yes. I have to say it correctly because I want to win, right? So that's the purpose for them to participate. So little by little, they're going to notice, right? Ah, the teacher is giving instructions in English. I understand. The teacher is giving examples and pronouncing slowly. I'm getting it, right? So little by little, when we adapt the classroom to our students, they're going to be learning more and more each day. And it's going to be like, click. Oh, I love English. Yes, little by little, right? It's good to be that teacher that motivates the students to love English, right? I imagine that you decided to be English teachers because you like your English classes, right? In a moment in your life, you received English as a student and you liked them, right? If not, you wouldn't be a teacher today. Or possibly yes, but we need to remember, right? We were students and when we were learning English, we liked it. So the same has to be in the class, right? Okay, then. So let's continue. Okay. So, game and learning experience, right? What changes when students are asked to think about how they played, not only if they won. So, when they analyze, right? When they analyze, okay? How did you feel with the game? Oh, I was excited. I was happy, right? I wanted to beat my classmate, right? Okay, and what did you learn? I learned how to say the verbs in past, for example, for the past simple, right? So it's good for them to also analyze the activities. So we can play bingo, right? Bingo, and we're able to make competitions, right? And also play mimics, and also they'll be remembering the content with the games. Okay, so let's make a little pause. Yes, with the presentation, and let's do an activity. Okay, so let's do charades. Charades is the same as mimics, right? So I'm gonna do a charade about a hobby. Okay, talking about vocabulary. So we practice hobbies, uh, common hobbies, right? Like swimming, playing soccer, watching TV, playing chess. Okay. So right now I'm gonna mimic a hobby, and you have to guess what it is. Okay. We're gonna use the phrase, you are swimming, you are playing soccer, you are dancing. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna be first, and then each one of you is gonna take a turn. Okay. Okay.
You are swimming?
Yes, that's right. Okay, Teacher Allen, can you mimic another hobby, please?
You are biking? Or
Uh-huh.
you are
Yes. Oh, you are riding a bicycle, right? Excellent. Okay, go again, Miss Wendy. Let's mimic a hobby. Uh-huh. Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah.
Complete, complete. Uh-huh.
Uh,
You are reading a book. Okay, very good. Go ahead, Miss Flor. I know, but you can give it a try. You are?
You are singing?
Yes.
yeah.
Like, yes. So we're using the present continuous, right? We're using the present continuous for to talk about hobbies. Okay. So how can we remember the present continuous? With the charades, right? With activities in the moment. Okay. So it's like playing, but also analyzing the activity, right? Or okay, so you finished making playing charades. Now I want you to write sentences, right? Write sentences about your friends' charades, right? Roxana, is swimming. Alan is what? What is his charade?
He's biking.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alan is riding a bicycle. Wendy is?
Reading a book.
Uh-huh. And Flor is?
Singing.
Correct. And then in group, they can compare the sentences and check if they make correct sentences, right? Oh no, you're missing the verb be. Yes, you didn't write is. Alan riding bicycle, incomplete. Remember the verb be. Ah, yes, thank you. Swimming, you only put one M. Remember swimming, you have to write two M's and things like that. So the students, after they play, they can do an activity and discuss and compare and check, right? So remember, we are coaches. We are facilitators, right? Not all the time you are the superstar. We are the superstars of the classroom. But not all of the time we have to be in the spotlight, okay? Not all the attention has to be on the teacher, right? Only the teacher guides, only the teacher says, only the teacher. No. Give the students an opportunity to be the stars of the show, right? Give them responsibility. Help them become independent learners, right? That's the idea. Little by little, they become more and more independent, right? And then they say, teacher, yesterday I saw a movie in English. I saw a movie in Netflix in English, right? That's the best that the students go outside and they look for more opportunities of English. That would be the best, right? The maximum. Oh, I went to YouTube and I looked for the lyrics of my favorite song in English and I learned the song. Wow, right? Yeah, that's the top learner. That's the idea, right? That everything that we do motivates them to go and do more with English, right? Okay. Then we have mission 1, build the best answers, okay? So this is another activity to do in the class. And the participants you will receive a mission and a twist and a reflection, okay? You will have a mission, then you will receive a playful twist and receive a reflection and revise and perform again. Notice that the second round is where learning becomes visible. The first attempt creates energy. The pause and the second attempt creates growth. Okay? So right now I'm going to give you a mission for you three. Okay? So your mission is to create, I'm going to give you 1,000 quetzales. 1,000. Okay? Here, go. The money. Put your hand and I will give you the 1,000 quetzales. So you're going to receive 1,000 quetzales, right? And you're going to plan my next vacation. Okay? Together. I need you to, with 1,000 quetzales for Saturday and Sunday. Well, maybe 1,000 is a little bit, right? Let's pull it up to 2,000 quetzales. Okay. So, hello, students. My friend is going to come from Africa. Yes, I have a friend who is visiting from Africa, and I want to prepare a nice vacation with my friend next weekend. But I don't have any ideas, but I have money. I have 2,000 quetzales. So, Alan, Wendy, and Flor, I want you to prepare a vacation for me. Okay? So, right now, you have to think of the transportation, right? The food, the place, right? And probably the hotel because we're going to stay a night, right? 2,000, it's a little bit, right? Okay, but improvise. Improvise. So, Alan, Flora, and Wendy, please get together and prepare a vacation for me. So, I'm going to stop speaking and I'm going to give you the opportunity to speak together. What do you recommend? I think the teacher should go to Antigua, for example, right? I think the teacher should stay in her house for the amount of money. Just kidding. Okay, so what do you think I should do? Speak together. Right now, I don't exist.
could be, but to Puerto Rico, no, Champerico, no. I didn't hear. Champerico? Okay, but I think that nowadays the gas is higher. So I think that the distance could be a problem. I think, or I guess that could be nearest a nearest place. If the teacher loves sand and water, maybe to Escuintla, could be. I don't know what does Miss Wendy think. And also, if my teacher wants to get a vacation, maybe if she accepts to go to Escuintla, maybe I can borrow her my car and to get her friends and spend a great time there.
Okay, Miss Wendy, you decide. Escuintla or Champerico?
Maybe.
Or Puerto San Jose versus Champerico?
Maybe. I think that Champerico is better than Escuintla because it's for near of Chimaltenango.
Okay, good job. So in this case, you decided that I'm going to go to the beach with my friend to take my car because it's cheaper and to go someplace near, right? Near, so I don't spend so much money on the gas. And that I use an Airbnb that is cheap or a cheap hotel, maybe, right? A cheap hotel room. Okay, very good. So as you can see, this is an activity, one that is real life, right? This can happen in the real life that you have to prepare a vacation with a friend from another country, right? But the difficult part was the money, right? That you didn't have enough money. But imagine that I tell you, okay, now I have 10,000 quetzales. Woo! It's different, right? More opportunities, more options, right? More places available. Okay, so this is always good that we give the students an activity that's fun, right? But also that it's real life and that they have a purpose to speak, right? Okay, I want you to write 10 sentences in the future. Okay, they're going to practice, they're going to do the activity, but there's no real life purpose, right? There's not a goal. There's not a reason to speak and discuss. Right now, everybody go like, okay, I have an idea. I want to say my idea. I want to know what my friends think about my idea, right? Everybody was involved. Very good. I like that. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was another activity we can do in our class, right? Give students a mission. Okay, before, what did you plan? What did you think first? Did you choose a strategy? Did you assign rules? During, what did we monitor? What did you notice while working? Did you change your plan? Yes, right? First, it was like Chamberico, but then it was like, okay, we have more options that are closer and cheaper. So you were changing, right? And after, what did we learn? What improved in round two? If I gave you the 10,000 guitar, oh, it's easier. There are more options and better options, right? How could this become a language learning routine? That, like, each time we give them a topic, right? And we finish explaining and practicing the topic, they have an opportunity to do an activity like this, right? It does need time, like minimum 10 to 15 minutes approximately, right? So if you have the same topic the 3 days in the week, the last day will be a mission, right? A mission or a role play or a real life experience, right? So this is regarding the mission. Okay. So Ludic activities create emotional engagement, movement, challenge, and interaction. Yes, our activities are best if we do them using cooperative learning and communicative learning, right? In pairs, in groups, and give them moments to speak because mostly they only have time to speak English in the class, right? Outside, oh, difficult, right? In their house, with their friends. Do they practice English outside? Some, maybe a few, right? Not many, because we are in a country where it's English as a foreign language, right? When it's English as a second language, English is surrounding everything. But English as a foreign language, mostly they only practice in the class, mostly, right? So that's important. Metacognition gives the energy direction. With reflection, they begin to see themselves as strategic learners, right? So create a plan, we gotta monitor, and we gotta evaluate. Yes? Okay? Plan my vacation. Finished? Okay. See you Monday. Goodbye. No, right? We have to walk around the class, listen to their ideas, give them suggestions, and then they have to present their ideas, right? They have to present their plan to the class or in groups, right? So we do have to make it like a circle, right? Complete the circle. Only do the activity? Yes. But we have to be monitoring. Oh, they're going to do the activity and I'm going to check the homework. No, it's not possible because we need to listen to them, correct them, give them suggestions, and make sure they're practicing, right? Because if I say, okay, let's do the activity, I go back to my desk and start checking what are they gonna do? Speaking about the soccer game, the movie, about the things, the other classes, their classmates, right? And they get distracted. So it's important to always be monitoring, walking around the class, right? I know sometimes we're tired or it's the last period, right? We just want to relax a little bit. But all of our students need us during the whole day, right? The first group, the second group, the third group, all of them need our attention, right? And evaluate, right? Evaluate. You evaluate them and they evaluate themselves and they evaluate their group, right? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Before the game is the planning, right? Okay. So my mission today is to use 5 new words. Speak more than last time. Improve my answer, right? My strategy will be ask for help when needed. Use gestures and examples. Check and revise. So we can put them also missions to improve their English, right? Missions as a speaking activity, a class activity, but also missions to be better learners, right? To improve their learning. So today your mission is to use English to solve a challenge. Only English, right? So we need to give them a purpose before playing, right? Student for preschool, students choose a picture. I will listen. I will say one word. I will try again. In primary, students choose a strategy card. And secondary, students write a personal goal before the task. So before they do the activity, they have to have a mission, right? A personal one. Okay? We have to speak only in English during the activity. How? Using expressions that we know, right? And if you don't know how to say a word, how do you say? So, what do we have to give them also? Useful expressions, right? How do you say? How do you say game? How do you say how do you say juego in English? Game. How do you say misión in English? Mission. I don't know what is game. Miss, what does game mean? What does mission mean? Also, so they need to know how to understand the instructions in English, but also we need to give them useful expressions, right? Yes. Oh, my students don't speak any English. They only speak in Spanish. Okay. Let's start with the basic, right? So, what is the basic? Give them useful expressions, right? What does it mean? How do you say it in English? What page? Yeah, sometimes they are distracted. They don't even know what page we are practicing, right? So it's also important to give them useful expressions for all year. This is not only for one day, it's for the whole year, right? I recommend at the beginning of the year, basic instructions, basic useful expressions, right? But if you haven't, it's okay. It's okay because you didn't know or you didn't think about it. But now you have to give them the tools, right? Yes, give them the tools so they are able to carry you're able to carry out the class lesson plan with success, right? And that they are able to do the activity successfully too, right? They're not like, ay, no le entiendo, teacher, right? So we need to be giving them, right, all the input necessary, right? What do they need to know? Basic instructions, basic expressions and phrases. So planning, right? So today, before the for the class, this is my mission, right? Then we also have power prediction. Before a playful task, students can complete one sentence. Can you read the sentences, please, Miss Flor?
Well, I think this will be easy because my plan is to. I will know I am improving if. I think this will be difficult because.
And the last one, the orange?
Uh, the last is was I think this will be difficult because no, I will know I'm improving if. Is that no?
Thank you. Okay, teacher, I saw your message. I didn't answer, but it's okay. No, don't worry. Okay, I imagined. Okay, very good. So it's also good, right? Like, what idea do they have before an activity, right? Okay, so right now we're going to have a spelling bee, right? The spelling bees are very common around all the schools, right? So I think this will be difficult because I don't know the letters of the alphabet. Wow. So what do we have to do? Review the letters of the alphabet, right? I think it will be easy because we have practiced the words in the classroom. Okay. So there are many ideas that can come from students. And this will also help you know if you need to help them out with something, right? Mhm. Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of reflection, right? Lots of reflection with these tasks, right? Metacognition is that reflection, analyze, improvement, right? Monitoring. So, how do we monitor? Walking around the class, checking, listening to the students, right? So sometimes we can stand in the front and see all the groups working, right? But it's also good to get close to each group, to each, and listen to their ideas, right? Give them tips. Yes? Not like, okay, go push them in the water and let them survive. No, we need to be involved. We need to be with them all the time, especially because it's another language. It's something completely different for them, right? New words, new pronunciation, new culture, right? A new language is everything is new. It's not the same. The some expressions in English than in Spanish, right? It's not the same. The rhythm of the questions, right? So it's been important that we're always monitoring.
Right.
Okay, please think adjust, and continue. Yes? Okay. So we're giving a purpose for the students before the game begins. They are not just participating, they are preparing for learning, right? So for preschool, choose a picture. I will listen. I will say one word. I will try again. It's what we were planning, right? So here, during a vocabulary race, are you guessing randomly or are you using clues? During a speaking game, are you using complete ideas or only isolated words? During a reading game, what clue helped you understand that part? Okay, so I'm going to be thinking right now. Let's choose a category. Okay, let's choose a category of food. Food. Okay, so I'm gonna be thinking of of a specific food. You have to ask me questions to guess, right? So some students, in this case, we're going to do the activity. You use your ideas that you have, right, to guess. I'm not going to give you examples of questions or anything. You use your ideas. So, okay, I'm thinking about a specific food. Got it. Ask me questions to guess.
It is a dessert.
No, it isn't.
It is spicy.
It could be if you want to.
Um,
Any
it
question?
has
Any question?
it's
Yes, can you repeat? Miss Wendy, any question?
With salad?
Can you repeat?
With salad?
Salad? No, it's not salad.
has it. Let me see. Does it have rice?
No, it doesn't.
Could be eaten cold.
You can eat it cold, but it's better hot.
It's a soup.
I'm totally lost. Can we get a clue?
Okay. Um, it's a, it has a round form, a round shape.
It's a donut? No.
A donut? No, because
Pizza?
it's not a dessert. What?
Pizza?
Can you repeat? Yes! It's a pizza. So, we're gonna analyze, right?
Yeah.
So, you have to ask for clues, right? You can ask for the flavor. You can ask for the shape. You can ask for the ingredients, right? Yeah. So, French fries, ice cream. You're gonna take a long time to guess if you only say the food, right? So it's better to ask more specific questions. So you have yes, no questions. Do you, are you, is it, right? Or information questions. What ingredients, what are the normal ingredients? I would have said pepperoni, cheese, sauce. Ooh, you would have guessed faster, right? Okay. So with the activities, we gotta give them more ideas like how to carry out the activity a better way, right? Right now you were a little frustrated, like how am I gonna guess? It's very difficult, right? So as teachers, we gotta give them the tools, right? You're using only words, vocabulary words. I would recommend that you use yes, no questions or information questions, right? Ah, okay. So the students get an idea, right? So you gotta little by little make it easier for them. It is a game, but they are using the language to carry out the game, right?
Right.
So it's having fun. but with a the purpose of learning, right? Not just have fun, like, woohoo, let's just play, right? Okay, that's the idea. That's the idea. Okay, thinking captain. Okay, this is another. In each group, one student has the role of a strategy monitor. So when we are carrying out these activities and making them responsible of their learning, so we're gonna make sure that they have a mission, right? But we're also going to have a strategy monitor, right? We're going to play, but our mission is to use complete sentences, right? Okay. What is our plan? Are we using English? What can we try next? And then we check the instructions. So in your groups, when you make a group, when you're gonna play, you're gonna need a thinking captain or a strategy monitor, right? Somebody who's making sure everything is working correctly, right? Okay, so one student thinks of the food, the other students have to guess. The students who are going to guess are going to ask complete questions, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that's the idea. You give them always a role in the groups related to the learning, right? So we're going to play, but you have a purpose to learn English, right? To talk about the past, to talk about the future using present continuous, right? So you got to make sure that they are in that sense, that they have the same sense. So after the game is the reflection, right? Did we use complete sentences? Did you speak in English? Did you pronounce the words correctly? Yeah. So this is gonna be part of the reflection. Okay then. So here, the debrief roulette. So here we have one mistake, something I did bad. I still need to practice. I helped my group. Next time I will, or a strategy that will work. So here we have a spinning wheel, depending on the level of the students, right? The younger the students, how did you feel? Happy, nervous, angry, right? With feelings. With primary student sentences, right? Okay. I made two mistakes. I pronounced incorrectly the words, right? I didn't say sugar. I said sugar. Okay. So they are reflecting, right? Maybe one student from each group you ask them because you cannot ask everybody all the time, right? If you have 20 students, it's difficult to ask 20 students. Well, so this week I asked 5 students, the next week I asked another 5 students, right? How are they feeling after the activities? What are their reflections? What can they improve, right? So, primary, sentence stems, and secondary, deeper prompts. What should I do to improve next time, right? I need to pay attention. I need to participate. I need to pay attention to the teacher when she's explaining the instructions, things like that, right? So the higher the level of the students, the more they can produce. The lower the level of the students, mimics, pictures, right? Feelings, emotions. But it's going to give them responsibility of their own learning, right? I know sometimes we get frustrated and sometimes it's very difficult. We don't have enough time, things like that, right? So, once in a while, making students reflect will help them improve also their learning, right? How do I feel in the class? Oh, that's a difficult one, right?
Correct.
Ay, aburrido. Es aburrido, miss. And you're like, oh my gosh, my heart. Yeah, so sometimes we need to listen to that, right? So to improve our classes, to make them more motivated, more interesting, right? Okay, we're almost finished. So, okay, let's see. Okay, for the time, okay, this is the last reflection. We did some activities. You felt like the students, right? So from now on, when I use games in my class, I will, okay, I will what? You complete with your own ideas, right? We talked about giving them missions. We talked about reflecting, right? We talked about monitoring, right? So, we talked about having games with a purposeful learning. All of that we talked about. So, for today, what is your reflection? What is your final idea for today? Go ahead, Teacher Alan.
I think we have a great responsibility because in some cases the student can or might hate the language because of a bad experience, and in the way that we use this kind of techniques, we can facilitate the acquisition of these languages. So that is my personal reflection. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Allen, right? Become facilitators, right?
Facilitators.
Facilitate the learning a new language.
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Flor, what from now on, when I use games in my class, I will?
Um, I will point it and make games that going to improve their knowledge and make the students have fun based in learning new words, new vocabulary. They have a great experience to learn English.
Thank you. So now you're gonna maybe use more games, right? Not just playing for fun, but playing for the purpose for them to learn. Thank you, Miss Flor.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Wendy. From now on, when I use games in a class, I will.
I will be a good facilitators, and we need to motivate our students because they need a lot of motivator, and so we we all I make game with game.
Thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Yes. Okay. So a ludic activity becomes meaningful when students are not only playing, but also noticing how they learn. Our goal is not to remove fun from the classroom. Our goal is to give fun a learning purpose, right? Ah, I thought the games were losing time. No, 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 no. Games are great for learning a new language, especially English, right?
Correct.
If we give them the correct focus and purpose, right? We have to give them missions, a role, we have to monitor and evaluate, and they need to reflect. Yes? Little by little, they are going to start reflecting, and the reflection makes them want to improve their learning, right? Yes, having fun is good, especially for learning, right? Not having fun just, okay, students, I'm going to bring the movie for 1 hour and class is finished. No. We can put as part of a movie, but we have to make a worksheet, an activity. How do the characters feel? If you were the sirenita, what would you do? Okay. Would you stay in the ocean? Would you go to with the human? I don't know, like different activities depending on the age of the students, right? But I'm glad that you were able to participate in this workshop. Thank you for connecting on time and participating. I hope this gives you a push, a little push in this last bimester. I think it's the last bimester, right? It's the last time of the year. So that you are able to get up again, go to the class with much energy, lots of motivation, and your students will feel it, right? They will feel your energy, your motivation, or your tiredness. So what do we want to transmit? Okay, students, we're almost finished. No, right? Okay, students, so Let's start again the English class. Welcome back to the fourth bimester. Yes, we're going to continue learning English. We're going to do fun activities that you're going to learn more. I need your participation. I need your attention, right? And I promise that the class is gonna be funner to yourself. Promise to yourself, not to the students. Okay? And I know we have to finish the books and finish all the activities and everything, but the warm up can be a game. The wrap up can be a game, right? It's not like all the class is going to be a game. It's not possible. Yes? But at least, one game during the period, right? Short games, easy games that don't take so much time. We're not going to have one game for the whole class. It's impossible. We need to cover the content, right? We need to teach the grammar, the vocabulary. We have to do the reading and the listenings and the speakings. We have to do prepare them for their test, right? So a ludic activity becomes meaningful when students are not playing, but also noticing how they learn, right? So if they improve their English with the game, it's a good game. If they're just killing the time, like we say in Spanish, then we need to improve those activities, right? And I see that you're still motivated. Continue like that. And if you need anything, we're always here at Richmond to help you out, okay? So go rest, go relax a little bit. Have a great afternoon. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate
Thank you.
your help and your assistance. And we hope we can have you the next week because, as long as I know, we have a second session for September the 2nd.
Ah, great. Maybe it's possible. It
Maybe.
could be me. Yes.
Will be great
Okay.
if you can stay with us.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
so
much.
much.
I'll let Delmy know. If she can take me into account, I'll be here with you. If not, it will be another coach and it will also be listening.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good afternoon. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Nice
Have
to
a nice
meet
afternoon.
you.
Bye. See you.
You too. Goodbye.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye bye, good afternoon.
Oh, it's Harold.
Hi. ¿Qué onda? How are you?
Hola, Harold. Bye.
Alan. Juan, gracias ahí por todo. Que, pues, estoy yo escuchando que ahorita voy manejando.
Sí, pues.
Ah,
Ya vamos para Quiché con Luis. Hoy lo castigué.
Ah, qué
Hoy
bueno.
voy de conductor responsable.
Eso. Con cuidado ahí.
Hoy voy de conductor responsable. Son unas mis 3 cervezas me tomé.
A la gran.
Ay, mamá.
siempre con cuidado. Mucho gusto.
Gracias. Adiós. Se cuidan.
Bye.
Igualmente.
Bye, Alan. Gracias.